Welcome to the Warrior Rulebook Podcast, where self-development meets real-life reflection. I'm Monique Carmen, and this is your space to pause, process, and to make life a little bit easier. Here we dive into the challenges of personal growth, navigating expectations, and showing up for yourself in a noisy world. Because real transformation isn't about doing more. It's about moving smarter, living lighter, and owning who you are. Through my experiences and the experiences of others, you'll see that change is possible, improvement is tasty, and meaningful connection is transformational. Let's reflect together. You're listening to and watching another episode of the Warrior Rulebook Podcast. That's right, it's been a minute, and things in my life have been shifting in ways that I definitely didn't expect, and so we're going to be diving into that a little bit. So whether you are in a season of navigating change, you're pivoting, or just trying to come to terms with a new circumstance that may have happened to you, this episode is for you. So take a listen or a watch. So yes, at the time of this recording, I have taken a break from podcasting, and it's mainly because I was just kind of in a season where I just wanted to be reflective. I wanted to think about my life as well as where I wanted it to go. What have I, been desiring? What am I really needing? And so I definitely just took the time, even off of social media, to really just invest and pour back into myself. One could say that I even went through a little bit of burnout, even though that's not something that I want to admit, but I was definitely just tired the way things that were going in my life. So there have been a few amazing transformational moments that I want to talk about. So one thing would be my fashions. So a year ago or even 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't even be wearing something like this. But it was definitely gifted to me by someone. So I'm glad that my viewers definitely have an eye for something that they can see me wearing. So I also was gifted this hat as well. Some items I did purchase myself, and it was really important for me for my fashion to really speak to the direction that I want to go. And I want to be able to advance in my career and definitely gain the respect and be seen for the value that I provide. So I wanted my wardrobe to reflect that. I have been experimenting with colors, not necessarily so many patterns, but it has just been so transformational. It's been fun, and I really just finally feel like I stepped into a new version of me. So I think that sometimes wearing new clothes can definitely uplift your spirits, as well as really help you to be able to communicate what it is that you want to communicate. And clothing, music, other things like that can definitely help. So that's one area. Another area that I have been transforming is my energy. Some people know me to be super energetic and things like that, and it doesn't really get talked about that much, but sometimes your energy can be taken for granted if you give it in places where it's not appreciated. And so it's like I had to learn how to read the room, definitely in that capacity, as well as give my energy to people that pour into me as well. So that was something that was really important to me, something that was hard to accept, because there was a season of my life where I was like, well, this is what you get, this is who I am. And then I learned to tone it down and give it to people that would appreciate it and can actually build on it, not just take. So that was something that was really important to me as well. And something that goes into energy is, of course, eating healthy, as well as what am I feeding my mind. So things that made me happy, I would indulge in them, of course, as well as just being at peace, learning to be by myself. And that's not something that I like talking about either, because I thrive off of being in rooms where people are smarter than me, where people have something to add to me. So I think it's a big step to admit that there are times where I just want to be by myself and I want to just grow on my own. And so that's kind of the season that I've been in for the past few months. So I haven't really had much to say, because it was more so my mind would be racing and trying to learn more still and see how I can pour into myself, so that way I can pour into my professional life in the best way that I can. So That has been really helpful for me as well. Also, not going after things in a sense of desperation just because it's something that I need, but showcasing myself as being needed. That was something that was very transformational for me as well, because again, sometimes people can take you for granted if you have a specific skill set or just being who you are. Like, this is me processing, the past few months, like in real time. So it's like I have to kind of think about it before I say it. But just sometimes being who you are, that can be a little bit too much, or that can be taken for granted. And so I definitely have been trying to pay attention to my energy and knowing, like, if I'm off in my energy, I may need to step back or just need to stick to myself until I'm able to feel a little bit better, and then can contribute to the spaces around me in a way that is healthy for everyone. So that's just been something that's been very helpful for me. Also, going back to the food thing again, I have been trying different sauces on different types of food. I love just experimenting in the kitchen, as well as just looking at recipes online and recreating that gourmet experience at home. That's something that's so important for me, especially as prices are going up, like just for eating out, as well as the grocery store too. But I think you obviously still can get more bang for your buck by going to the grocery store and knowing which grocery store to go to as well, because some grocery stores are expensive. But it's really nice to just come home, know I'm gonna cook something fire, and just put it on that plate, put some herbs on it, and it's a great experience. So I've just been really just trying to keep my happiness up, because I know with emotions, your happiness can go up and then you can dip down and be sad again. But I think it's important to understand those ups and downs, and then also just still try to come back to equilibrium in terms of being happy. So doing things that make you happy, not being available for things that don't make you happy, things like that, and knowing what you have a capacity for. That takes a lot of time to know, because just because you're off work or just because you happen to be free doesn't mean you're actually available. And that's something that I have been leaning into. In terms of my social media trainings and learnings and things like that, I am in the process of updating my courses. So I want them to be more interactive, as well as having more support and updated information. So that it's been really nice just talking to real people and seeing what they really need help with in terms of social media marketing, because I really believe that just because you're creating all of this content, it has to align with who you are as a brand and what your business serves. And so it's really nice to just be able to talk to different entrepreneurs and hear their concerns and talk about a lot of different things. So if you are interested in that and you want to learn more about what I teach and what has changed, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will be coming out with more content, Lord willing, on that very thing. But this was just kind of like a fun way to just kind of update everyone on what's going on. I cannot forget to talk about having healthy hair. So this is really important to me, as well, as someone that grew up like hiding their hair when they had a bad hair day, or just, leaving twists in forever just to try to keep the style. I feel so free now when I take care of my hair, because for those of you that have 4C hair like I do, you kind of have to do a lot to it for it to be nice and moisturized and even look good sometimes. And so I've been trying to deep condition my hair every week. I did miss 2 weeks, but I've been still, hanging in there, trying to make sure I deep condition every week. Also been using leave-in conditioner, and that keeps my hair nice and moisturized every other day. And then also, of course, shampooing and conditioning. I don't really mess up with the shampooing part of it. It was more so about retaining that moisture. So I definitely want to look into some more things to help it to grow, because it would be nice if it goes down my back. That would be so cool. I'd be like, oh my gosh. But yes, I am excited to see where my hair journey goes. And I know that dealing with stress and making sure I have boundaries are going to be very important, because I don't want, my hair to shed, more than it's supposed to. And I want to make sure that I am drinking water and just all the things that can make my body happy. I want to do that and have organic food, eat organic food, and get as close to natural food as possible. One of my favorite grocery stores, Sprouts Farmers Market, actually had an immunity boosting trail mix, and it was so amazing. It had chocolate and cranberries and pumpkin seeds, and it just had so many different things in it, granola, and it was really, really good. I could put it with my smoothies, and it gave me so much energy, and it was such a big pack. So like, it's so nice to be able to get things on discount and be able to enjoy organic food. I did want to add another note on mastering my emotions. So I've been really trying to flow like water, essentially, to be able to deal with different things, because I can handle stress well depending on what the topic is, or what is the stressor, we'll say. But then there are other times that, I just like, I can't handle this. But I definitely have been trying to flow like water and just kind of let things go and wait and evaluate and see what is going to happen next. And then try to see, okay, what is the best way to solve this issue? So that has been a really nice experience. What hasn't been such a nice experience is waiting, okay? Those of us that know that we have to wait on the Lord for things, oh my gosh, it's so stressful. It is so stressful. Oh my gosh. It's just hard, because it's like you're trying to move forward, you're trying to talk to the Lord, but then you also know that you're falling into sin. So it's just like, okay, great, I messed up. Now I have to wait for the Lord to respond to me. It's like, that's me processing again. But yeah, I know that I will have to wait for the Lord for the rest of my life. But even just waiting on things to happen for you can be so discouraging, especially when you're in the middle of a big change that's happening in your life and things aren't falling into place like you want them to, like right then and there. That is really stressful, depending on what it is. So yeah, I think there's something to be said about bravery, about stamina, to even be able to wait for things to work out, because we know that they will, but it's like, you never know, you don't always know what the outcome is. So yeah, just try to relax and, like I said, flow like water. And that has been very helpful for me. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this life update from me. Make it meaningful for me, and comment below something that's been new in your life, so that we can all just cheer each other on, and be on the lookout for more episodes. I can't promise that I'm going to be recording like every Tuesday, like a new episode is going to drop every Tuesday. I'm just not one of those people. I'm sorry. But when I have something really important to say, I will drop out a podcast episode, Lord willing. So definitely stay tuned, and thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you to all my many subscribers, listeners, for still being here. Thank you. Even while I took my break, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate y'all when y'all come up to me and say, hi, Sister Monique, how you doing? Greetings. I really appreciate it. Let me know below if there's any topics that you want me to talk about relating to social media marketing or personal development. If you have guest recommendations, let me know, because I definitely, personal development fuels me. We'll say that. It definitely fuels me. And I want my podcast not to just be beneficial for me, but also for my audience as well. Because I know not everyone's into social media marketing as well, but I think a lot of us might be into personal development. So let me know. Love you. Bye. This just in, podcast host Moni Carmen, oh, that's me, thanks you for tuning in and invites you to make reflection a daily practice. For more insights and conversations, be sure to join us inside the Warrior Rulebook Podcast Insiders group on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Signing off.